Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Tomorrow is Mayhem. If you are missing Gauntlet, well, you got it. From the initial announcement, we knew that Mayhem was going to have one of 20 Rogue Exiles, 20 Strong Boxes, 20 Invasion Bosses, 10 Breaches, 20 Tormented Spirits, 20 Harbies, a Mirror of Delirium, or a chance to spawn Beyond Monsters. That alone already in like a hardcore event is already a little on the scary side, but you combine that with the modifiers that they just announced. There's going to be 2 of these modifiers per zone. All of these will be rotating hourly, but they are static per zone. Whether you're in softcore, hardcore, trade, solo self-found, like Strand, for example, could have monsters fire 2 additional projectiles and 30% AoE and have 20 Harbingers. That will be static across all strands in all different versions of Mayhem. There are certain combinations here that will be pretty scary. Imagine 20 Rogue Exiles with +2 Proj and Fizz's Extra Fire. Or Fizz's Chaos if you have lower Chaos in your plan. So these mods are pretty scary. Honestly, my feeling right now is that Mayhem is going to be, it's like a baby gauntlet. And in fact, like some of these combinations could be harder than some of the hardest things that we've encountered in Gauntlet even. Like really like Rogue Exiles or Tormented Spirits when 2 of these mods. There's some potential for some really scary things. Not to mention, we have all of the Arch Nemesis mods as well. Player beware right here going into this. But what I spent the last week doing is just planning for what build I like to do. Whenever I do these events, I like to play hardcore solo self-found, and I like to kind of do something a little hipster. I try to play an Ascendancy that might not have as much competition. I don't want to compete with Ben or Nick. And I just want to, maybe be able to, in my own little bubble, do pretty well. Yeah, with the announcement of these modifiers, I am now, just on my own personal side, a little discouraged of really wanting to push this particularly hard. This is a 10-day event. It is starting November 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. GMT. This is going to be potentially as hard as the Gauntlet. It's going to be a really hard event. Let's get to builds that I would recommend, what we know is going to be good going into this. Spoilers, there's not going to be anything like super surprising here. But yeah, let's get right into it. So what you're going to want to do is go to PoE.ninja, click Solo Self-Found Kalandra Hardcore right here, no matter what, even if you're playing softcore trade. Then you're also going to want to click about day 5. I think this is a good breakpoint to see builds that people actually stuck with. The problem is if you look very, very early, you're going to see some like weird one-off builds that either died really early or people didn't really stick through. And so I don't recommend looking at the first couple days at all. You can see like what people like raw started with, but I don't think it's a good indicator. This will give you builds that are obviously more friendly towards stuff that is solo self-found. Obviously you can scale more and better even if you're playing trade and Mayhem. But since it's only a 10-day economy, maybe you have access to like 1 or 2 uniques that are going to be more expensive and rare if you get like a lucky drop or something, unless you have like a very optimized group and you have a plan to like dominate the economy and push one of your people up to be the winner. We saw this with the Endless Heist. Is in the trade version, we had groups of 4, 8, 10 or more people organizing together, having someone trading and just like playing the economy and just like really just like carrying one person. And that one person would just like be the winner. And everyone in the group could potentially be the winner because you're all getting the same XP. If you care about just like dominating the economy and playing like a 10-day like softcore thing, I'm not the person to come to. That is so uninteresting to me, but if you want to do that, more power to you. But regardless, if you're playing softcore or hardcore, particularly in SSF, I think this is really the way to look at it, particularly because this is an XP-based race, so you don't want to die, right? You do not want to die. The Ascendancies that I would recommend, Inquisitor, Champion, and Saboteur. We know that Seismic Trap Sab is just god tier. It wins absolutely everything. That is just, it just dominates. And then same thing with Champion. We know that Special Helix and EA Ballista, those are probably just like the 2 god tier builds. You can toss in Lightning Strike in addition if you want to. Probably wouldn't even recommend going for Toxic Rain in this type of a race. But you could do TR Champion and just run up and down in Heist, try to level through that. But the thing is, like, if you want to be very, very competitive, you're going to want to be pushing to at least like EA Ballista, I think is going to be very competitive. Champion is obviously one of the best Ascendancies. He gets somewhere between 20 and 60% more damage based on how you build him for free in the Ascendancy, and 20% less damage taken because of the free Fortify. He is the best Ascendancy in the game right now, bar none, in my opinion, for like a balanced Ascendancy, especially in SSF Hardcore. However, we can see right here, our little boy Ben And then I don't know if this is El Kaiser. This might be El Kaiser, right? This is the ascendancy that the Giga Chads that want to go and win will pick, right? If you want to be the best of the best, the first of the first, this will be possibly the most competitive ascendancy. This is going to be the ascendancy to pick. Most people are going to be leaning towards these safer ascendancies that are easier to get the most XP, the easiest to farm with. Be aware of what you're getting into when you pick one of these ascendancies. However, if you just want to hit level 50, or you just want to see how well you can do ignoring everyone else, my recommendations are RF Inquisitor. We just know that's the Giga Chad. I guarantee I click this, I see Righteous Fire. Yep. Champion, you can do Helix, EA Ballista, Lightning Strike. These are the known really, really good ones. Elementalist, Lightning Conduit, Detonate Dead. Yep. I don't even think Detonate Dead or Creeping Frost are really... I wouldn't even do those. Like, Lightning Conduit's so good. I think that's probably just like a go-to. Looks like a lot of people also just did Lightning Conduit, Special Helix, or even Soul Rend on Trickster. I think that's totally fine. Necromancer is SRS right now. Occultist is Poisonous Concoction, Hex Blast, or Vortex, or Bane. Yay! Look at that. Bane's top 4. Let's go, Bane gang. Very cool. Juggernaut, Bone Shatter, Righteous Fire. Especially if you're looking at how hard this is going to be. I think Juggernaut is going to be very, very competitive within that ascendancy. Slayer with his Overleach, you can do Bone Shatter Slayer. It's basically the only choice, I think. I think that'll be really, really good. Guardian, SRS is very popular. I think Guardian is a great class to pick. We know that Rise QT played at this league to great success until the lake absolutely destroyed him. Berserker can do Rage Vortex. I know the Sunder Berserker was pretty cool looking. I really like Bladestorm as well. I think the asynchronous damage with Bladestorm, especially, and the defensive layer of being able to use Flesh and Stone is really nice with Bladestorm. Don't sleep on that, but I think Rage Vortex and Sunder are very popular. Explosive Trap, or mostly Seismic Trap, I think we'll see getting more use in SSF. Raider, Spectral Helix, Toxic Rain. You can also do EA Blister Raider, but it's a little uncomfortable unless you get a Quill Rain. I know that because I played it 2 gauntlets ago. Chieftain, Fire Trap Chieftain, I think is a really good choice. Chieftain is really nicely placed on the tree. You can get really good max res. You can get really good armor, really good block. I think Chieftain is a really, really good choice if you want an ascendancy that fewer people will pick. Our boy Gladiator, one of my favorite ascendancies in the game. That is in a really bad place right now. Shield Crash Gladiator looks like a thing that people are playing, as well as Thunder and Bladestorm. More power to it if you want to do it. I think Gladiator's defenses are in a really bad place right now. I'd be a little scared of doing that, but it will be a less competitive ascendancy, so if you want to do that. Pathfinder is just going to be Poco. Looks like a few people doing Special Helix or Toxic Rain. Poisonous Concoction on Pathfinder, one of my favorite builds in the game right now. Really, really safe build. If you get really good Flask Effect, you can get very high armor and evasion. It's actually a pretty safe build as well. Definitely look into that if you want to, but I think Pathfinder will be kind of like hidden competitive, so be aware of that. Oh man, in Solo Self-Found Hardcore, I just saw this. On day 5, there were more shadows that by 2x than Deadeye, Ascendant, Assassin. And then if you want to play one of these 3, more power to you. Assassin, I'd probably do Poison, some Poison variant. Guarantee these are all Poison. Yeah, look at these guys. You can do Spectral Helix, you can do BV, something like that. Ascendant, looking like SRS Exsanguinate. Self-cast Exsanguinate Ascendant's actually really good, but it takes a little bit to get up and running, so I probably wouldn't do that in Mayhem. And looks like Deadeye has some Special Helix, and even a couple Lightning Arrow Giga Chads. SSF Hardcore Lightning Arrow. Deadeye's well played, but very, very few of them. Hopefully that's a very good quick rundown of like the builds that I think are going to be competitive, the way that I would approach this. The 2 ways to really approach this are pick something that you want to play that you're just going to have fun doing. And no matter what, I think that's the right choice. Pick the build that will be fun to play. Be aware that this is going to feel like Gauntlet. I really think that this is going to be pretty punishing. Tormented Spirits plus Arch Nemesis plus like +2 Proj and Fizzes Extra and stuff like that. That's really scary. I think this is going to feel like Gauntlet in a lot of ways. Yeah, just player beware right there. It's been a while since we've had like a late night, like kind of cozy at night chat. It's been a journey, man. Speaking of which, today was actually the 2-year anniversary of this YouTube channel. The support and the growth and everything of these past 2 years, everything like between you guys here in the Discord, Patreon, Twitch, everything, like everyone that's part of this like whole, spread out sprawling community that we have here. We just share having fun with games, you know, through Path of Exile right now primarily, you know, just having a good attitude. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank you guys. And I'm really thankful for y'all. So thank you all for everything. I'm going to go get ready for bed in a little bit. Yeah, get ready for the mayhem. It's going to be intense. Hopefully it's pretty fun. Regardless, join me on stream tomorrow if you want to like watch me suffer a little bit. I'm not going to commit to like going hard this mayhem. I'm just going to kind of chill. I'm just going to pick a build that I'm going to have fun with. I'm not going to go for like the demigod's reward. You know, endless delve, and I'll be coming for that one. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.